Joabusia, I want to ask some questions. Today we are going to have a big conversation. I think this time round, my mouth is been running to where it's not supposed to run. But, I have forgotten the name. One of our people said I should not worry and that their energies are with me, which I believe. And no question we have to say the things as it is. So we ask ourselves, what is happening to African leaders? I asked them the other time, are we squatters? Omo di omo ho. Their African leader be ape obetumi aye. Pamucho, say ye twa sika famu a ye de ye ho. Adenti ne ye ntwa ye sika wa ha. Na obi ne twa sika de bre yen. Hwan ne sika ye ne dia? Country be a wo wiase bia is owing. America is owing, UK is owing. Who are they owing? Africa too is owing. So hwan importing ne sika ne ye ne dia ye de ne ka? Ibisa o. Wo de ba forma, o baby say African leaders want liberation and freedom. They are almost 54. What is holding them back? Say omo ko join it Traore say omo free omo ho. What is binding them? What is holding them? Are they reporting to someone we don't know? Is there something they have to tell us they are not telling us? I want to expose something for us to see. So a leader that is watching me would think, and a member or a citizen that is also watching me should pray for the leaders and think of what can be done. I want everybody to flip or glitch during this episode. And after the glitch, write what you saw, how you feel, and what you think at the comment section. Today we are discussing the heads of the Pope. The heads of the Pope. That's the episode and me no kwakwa discuss. It's a big conversation. You better catch the family that runs the world. Who are they? Family ben no. Then you better the three popes. Then you better the hidden popes and the war. You better no so. Now if you share a direct word to Africa and to Ghana, that is where the downloads will be soon. So I want us to listen to this. Last week episode was a bit of emotional for people. I got a lot of messages in the office. Now Crawford was so much to tell me. Yes, I'm also going through the same thing you are going through. The fact that you have the spirit of Africa sitting inside of you and the bloodline of our ancestors running through you, you will not be okay. You will not be balanced when you hear certain truth. Enti eno enende me pese yehwe mu ko further. Ane. And the episode no. Minim de bebere me. But whatever it is, your energies are with me. It looks like people are enjoying the series that we started alongside the current war in the Middle East. But why are we even back to the office? Are you asking yourself these questions? Adan yaba back to the office. Is there anything? The office actually helps me to balance, especially when I am not emotionally stable. The office helps me to balance. But I think I have a big surprise also for us. Next week, the following week, I think I have a hit, a big something to show you people. So manage the office for now. And Crawford enjoy the episode now, because I took advantage. I don't want us to focus on the war. Now you're getting lost. I want you to know the reason and what you have to think and what you have to know as an African. Unlike your pastors who are prophesying and mixing the point in the way events are surprisingly turning out. I have taken it upon myself to use the situation of the war to open the eyes of the people to hidden hands that have been controlling things, because it's surprising why some pastors will feel that it is God that is running this world. Or no what control will be also. And he's looking at this thing happening. People are dying. Innocent children are dying. Is it the devil that is doing this? Or it is God himself that is killing? We need to know this. And as I say, you come near and are you responsible for? Because God is merciful God and God is peaceful God and God is this. But this same God ni dwelling, ni origin, ene hono ma ye pinso. That is the purpose of the whole enlightenment and the awakening. When you hear awakening and you hear enlightenment, I just won't see. This is what is called awakening. Awakening is about understanding certain codes that rules the world. So awakening is simply knowledge. And it is coded in the Bible that lack of knowledge, my people perish. So when you talk of awakening, it is about knowledge. That is why they are saying that the snake or the serpent went and gave Adam and Eve knowledge. Then they realized, they got their self-realization. And then you're naked. So when you talk of awakening, when you talk of enlightenment, it is not about magic, it is not about tamiyawu, it is not about your problem, but it is about understanding some codes. Equally in the Bible, they said the people or the children of Issachar, times and seasons. I say, so enlightenment and awakening is all about knowledge. That is the purpose of the whole enlightenment. I've told you, the new spirituality is about getting to understand the world from its hidden codes and why we are being kept in this condition. This is what is called awakening. This is what is called enlightenment. It is not about chasing one angel from a gutter or from a stone. It is not about lighting up all kinds of candles. It goes beyond that. It is about understanding the code. It is not about fasting. It is not about prayers. It is not about meditation. Enlightenment is liberation. And it is knowledge and understanding, a huge understanding that liberates people, that liberates souls, and that sets souls free from this kind of entrapment or this prison. In our last 2 episodes, I spoke about some important things. The first thing I told you is that this war, the one involving Israel, Iran, and America, is not just a political war, but it is a religious war being fought to fulfill a very old dogmatic script. Somebody will say that it is not a religious war. Maybe I will explain to you, because I want to tell you this today. You can call it a download. I am telling you today that it is just one God or one personality that is involved or that is responsible for all bombs and all kinds of missiles you can think of. Say ye drone, say ye tool, say ye day, and ye nipa bakuna or ye responsible for it. And to say nipa mienu kwa. Eye se nipa we no be mo kwan se moon fly drone, moon throw bomb, moon to missile, moon to pim, moon to say. Inti se nipa ba kono nete ho e na o hwede a e ne nyame wo he e na brunsam so e wo he. Aha na obeti ase say ye religious war, and even in natural fact se won ko that deep mpa. Physically, it is Arabian countries or the Allah people, and then the Jewish or the Christian people that are fighting. Israel for God of mercy, and Iran for God of peace. This is not the first war. It's just that time Genesis Revelation, there's been war from the war by the New Testament by the same thing. Always the religious or dogmatic script is the surface excuse to win the popular opinion of the sleeping masses. So when you hear war, until the sleeping mass, the leaders of the sleeping masses, that is the pastors, omo claim omo prophesy because they feel they know and see better than the bishop or the pope. Into omo prophesy because omo yeno and it's omo the popular opinion of the sleeping masses. And if you are someone who follows me or has stayed longer on this platform, it means you understand this theory that there are levels to the script. Makachiro say anka yebefa Bible nimpoa anka yefa ye acting on the script, ye understanding the rituals that comes with it, so we are able to practice it in total for knowledge. Ikayebefa Quran non so so a kayemfa ne yen change zongo ho no mute sese dia Dubai a change no. What you say ye ni ho knowledge a eno na ma ye followers keke. We are just the masses that are used. In fact, in our second series, since the war started, I felt we went to a forbidden area when we showed who the original landowners are. We did this last week and pointed out the second cause as to why these battles are being fought. Because we nim say we ye kromfo. Ena we so nim say we ye owudini, ye langard. Ena we nim say wo kra na wunyo bia. Ye ne ye de oba asa be ye adwuma ma ye na wa take advantage. Nti omo ankasa omo nim omo ho, na emom original owners no omo nim omo. Now, it is important to show that at each point of our awakening journey being shown alongside this war, we unpack the various hidden elements behind why there is so much suffering and sleeping in this world. Ayen krofobisa. Se nyankopon no bo asase. Nyankopon no bo wiase de a. Adenti no jaye no mu in prison yen wa ha. Ye den na nti ye ba ha. Na ye den na nyankopon ye wo ho. Den na nyankopon ye wa ha. Aha. Eye questions bebre na krofobisa. Enne mo me yen ko deep. Ye nim de ebesi but ye beka. So today, I want us to answer the next question with our discussion. Medical actually until nedi ewunim kono omo kono mama wahu kona bebre but enne me ba bechere wade afufuro bi mu wetie. Because I feel says ade we in African leaders no omo wadwene they want to do something to help their people but they are limited. Sanka African leaders pa di omo ho a I'm telling you sanka Ankaturare etu anamo we nkomu nyina adidi nachi omutumi ye wontumi na de enti omuntumi no I want to expose that to us said ya meka na hyase no so ye behu ne ye be ya ama omo ye be ya tai omo achi na ye hu si ye hu omo mobo si ye ye dan yo na fe ya hwe so omo kosia nkrofo abrofo no mu chiechi omo na omo sere asere de na ye siri sun ana esun se de ana ye no kwasem ana omo sere ama omo ho ana omo sere ama yen temamufo no. The leaders behind the wars themselves don't want to fight anymore. Omo mote war na echi na nkasa omo mpese omo be kuntokwa ni biom because they are losing. Inti mpese mbisa ko say gidi say America for no omo ye happy so omo lose so much money ana. Ntokwa na omo kono. Eye de important inti na omo start so omo kono kodu mfie dodo say ana empen dodo say e na omo beko. Nebe ende. Why nebe ende no? The president of America and Bibi Netanyahu, Almighty, Jesus Nasini, are so addicted to this war. Is that what you think? And that is what they really dream of all their lives. I don't think so. I don't think they want to lose so much money. I don't think they want to cause people so much pain. Inti war na free. Why na esha omukutupa? So omunko. Na da ben e no beko se ekon na wi. They are political and religious actors. Netanyahu ni Trump muina, they are just actors. There are more hidden hands behind. And today we will delve into the rumored names of powerful families behind these secret societies calling the shot. And the company shen tokwana se DJ gu ase no. Eno na me pese ye nyina ka ho asem na mini nyansa ntimidi rumored account. The point we are trying to make this day is that there are human actors who are being funded and controlled by secret societies and families. And these families are using religious and ancient traditions of occult teachings to replay a script. And who are these people? That's the question. And the idea script now replay, I think I told you last week, said there are people who are looking or waiting for deliverance, not a scripted deliverance. I think you are aware of this. When we scripted deliverance, and it's a chrono, the tiffin things, no, because last week, no, no, they think they can make it legal by using whatever. But I'm telling you, African leaders, I don't think this one day you will do. And yes, I be all the witches, you be all the river deities when you drink water. You be all the wars in the ocean civilization saying collapsing gumuso. If you dare do this thing, we've been making noise about awakening. We are looking for this. And I'm just loving President Mahama. I told you the other time, say, make the Christianizing. But you know what? I sat back and I said, let me leave him to be there because they need the sleeping masses at the election time. So they can maybe be smart. Omo ni omo wo ho. Then so omo wo omo adwene. And yes, Anka, you cannot come and talk about slavery and be in religion. Because religion is the fruit of slavery or representative of slavery. Into who is a Christian and can talk about slavery. But like I said, there are people who are smart. If you can't beat them, you join them. Me, I know he's awake. I said I would de-Christianize him, but I don't know how I'm going to do that. Anio. Enti yenkrofo bi na ehye bibi achi. Eno mo ma script bi e play. Ena natural script no. Baby a first one if free baye. Ene baby a second one no eye den. If free baye until you are aware of this script. And behind all these, there are dark spirits who sit at the top. Who are these spirits? I want you to ask yourself, who are they and what are they? Can we say they are the 7 planetary archons? Who are these people? Because there are families and there are personalities that are sitting back and pushing all these things. Today, let's get into it. So, as the US is looking forward to ending the war, whatever happens, we are using this to open the eyes of the world. We want the world to know the truth and whatever that is going on, especially Africans or black people. So, we are finding out first. Who are the families of the secret society heads managing the whole process? Adia we necessary tie. Eniama bi wo kwa ekoso a obi tinchen out to me say na president we nti ade ohun ye ohun se nye. Ebi a bibi na ekuta ne balls mu. I've told you people before that there are people who have ant in their pants. Ant is just a small insect. But so shawo pant mu wo o shawo so aho. E wo nipa mu na o kawa e be ye din se obe miampo. Amia no mpo aka ho. Oberi usay poto. After that, we move to the leaders of the dark spirit world who are benefiting from all this chaos. Medical academy, me say there are families behind this war. And there are spirits behind this war. And I think I have to break this down for us to understand. My name is always Maame Grace. Na man kran krabia kwaba. At the best spiritual word you mediate so. Today we are going to have a big conversation. I want you to think deep. I know you have your water with you. Don't be emotional. You just need to understand so many things. So niama bebre wo hwa ekoso a ubetimi ate ase se bibi wo hwa ese wo ya wankasa nso ubehu de esesa wo ye and the American and ni nyina no those who are awake should stay alert so we are able to help our people. It's not 100% people that can redeem our continent. If we are able to get 20%, we are able to help our continent because at the end of the day, the people that are ruling and controlling every chaotic situation you are seeing, they are less than 1% and they are doing their worst. So, liberating African continent should not be more than 20% of us to do that. And we are on it. We are getting there and we will do that. I welcome you to another episode. It's going to be great. I believed you, I believed you, I believed you, I believed you. I send you love. I send you love. I send you love. I send you love wherever you are watching me from. I send you love. I send you strength. I send you joy. 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 I believed you. I believed you. I do not bless you. I send you pure energies. I send you pure light. I send you wealth. I send you strength. I send you love. And I send you life. I welcome you to another episode of Spiritual Hour. I wish everybody a Nature's Day. Abusia, and I am always the pride of our ancestors. They speak through me, they smell through me, and they drop every particle of information through me to us. This is Spiritual Hour, and we are discussing the heads of the Pope. And a year episode and a year discussing. I welcome you. with a lot of love. I have seen all the videos you are sending me about the funeral. I don't want to say much, but I am sending this message to all the people, especially the Pentecost pastors and all the loved ones that are pampering this man. This is not a doom prophecy, but may draw my attention at the CBB so they can help the man and the wife. Because muntie me someone wa papa we ne eye mo say why strong for God. Enti mo pampana enche. God forbid bad things. I'll personally pray for them. Enche wan hwa na yiri ne wu. Na ne yiri ne wu ono papa no wan hwa obepa ne ho. Esikurum. Mommoa no. Na nya sidie bia na ye pampa. So temase. Enya sidie bia na ye pampa. Munye honest, na munye truthful, na munye straightforward, so you are able to help your loved ones. That is all I can say. Those sending me videos, I have said what I want to say. I don't actually have so much time for individuals. Your choice, obi den o make. Makachro, the topic we are discussing. Let's first look at the family that runs the world. I said two big things. Me say family be what behind the controlling of the world. And I can say there are spirits are almost behind the world. Almost to control yen. Inti me person me to be breaking it down. Na obi ehu na fe ye hwe baby Africa gina na ye hwe dia ye betumi aye e de aboa ye ho. Inti the family that runs the world. This year, from the Epstein files to the war in the Middle East, one thing has been clear to very observant people. Adie bi ho adaho ama sabie nyansafo nyina. Those billionaires and world leaders we thought were in charge of this world are not really the bosses. It's become clear to us because enyesa anko omuntumi nya ade emo munyonku nipa en record a obetumi a expose yomo. Na kire se omunye da powerful. Na so omunye da powerful dia na hwan pa na yesa powerful no so ekire no. Because social Epstein file na ebi fa obi ahu from president to obiara you can think of. Eye wo se omu no mu control wi ase ebi sun obi aso. Inti so omu no mu control wi ase pa de ye den and no mutumi ye niam entit say ne ye record the omo bi send Google dear ben ni de keka eka ho. So omo ye that powerful and nobody can play them like that. Means obi na she bibi echi eye hwanya. They are representatives of more secretive families. Omo di omo wo ho. And omo ayi omo anim ama obi just like the Roman Pope no. A so white dress no ugina ho no. We yi nanim no. Enyo no no powerful. Makasa nde de ma no beka asem. Now also energy is with me. So me jina me na so. The material world as we know it is not ours for free. Enye ye dia for free. We are paying rent to stay on this planet. Sanka ye for free for us as humans. Anka mwana se bitafra cho muti nwure mu no muntu ya hwe. Nti ada na ye nipa yesi ewiase ye create bibia no. Ye de ye te ha na nka se ye tue bibia mframa ye hom ye tua. Everything asase na ye te so ye tue bibia. Ye tua ma hwan. Ena bi kan bisa no. Ewiase obi a de ka country bi a de ka. Hwan na se e ka no ye de no. Wa bisa wo ho. That is why every country owes. And even America owes. The country where the dollar is made owes debt in dollars. How? So omo di omo ho omo ano mu twa omo sika yembo de se ye ntwa bi. Nti ye de ka ye betumi aka so omo mu twa bre ye no ye de omo ka. Na we di omo aso twa dollar nti omo de sa dollar ka no hwan no omo de ne ka. Ewiase ne ye binum de ya na. Na ye binum de ya eye hwan mo de ya. Medika aka ni ama mienu sunsum. E na maka nipa so. Me say families na ye family ben eno na me pese me expose kire won na me gimi di say san crofo we no mote African presidents all the 54 no omo boss no omo te so omo presi me gimi di ame. So who are these family? Omo ye hwan at the top of human existence on this world? Jesus or any other god doesn't have power over these presidents and billionaires. Jesus needs sika to me. Only president biya to me. That is why your prayer can't do nothing. It cannot do anything on this earth. Enti means sa law. Sa wo ye bishop no ye chewa ya chew. Yesu ni control bia. Minim say we amakan enye omo na Yesu wo control bi. Yesu so what one wa adwen ni say Yesu wo control, you were a joker. The other day I saw a video. Nkrofo akwa sorry. Omo kosum nyame. Na nyame ahye madan na buagu omo so. Ti nyame no wa hu. Nyame no ma prophecies we di asofo no bi ahu. Yen nkrofo ko hu no de. Asofo no mo ahu nyame anyi ankyere mo nyame do be no do ebibifo. Na asori dan mu so mo wa asori dan nim na eja atom. Ene eja na atom na mo hye na mo adwane afiri asori dan mu na mo ko hye nyame no. Na mo begina asori dan na chi. Na insese mo be frɛ ka no. Ana mo be frɛ to nyame ye nsuo mpo na nka abeboa mo wo nyansam no. Mo san begina anim wo se mo frɛ Holy Ghost water. Say mbedum ja no. Maybe African for akoduru yes, we need to be our asasi we so. We will look at the most powerful force of this planet's control from the families rumored to be the most powerful and who call all the shots. Omo no mo frɛ bibia se mbra na aba. Omo enye Yesu ni omo na se. In short, if a country is indebted to a bank or a global oil company, in benefiting from the war, at the top of the ownership of all banks and all global top companies, and their leaders are these hidden families, TME, who are on earth as if they are gods. And your choice, so Onyankopon biye ni ya Yesu, ka Yesu go tumi a anka waboa Israel for won tokwa say Allah e wo tumi a ka waboa Iran for because the omo ye bia omo screaming ni din. But why pa na ye God no? Na onipa ko a oye God na family ko omo ye God no, can people break free from them on this earth? Ayetimu no. Ewia say ye bi mu de ana. This family created, supervises and rules over everything. Religion, education, food, land, politics, banks, pharmaceutical, military, everything that organizes human life on this earth falls under the influence of this one family and the network that serves them. Who are these family? Who are they? Who are these people? All the leaders of the world, presidents, prime ministers, the heads of international institutions, they all operate within a structure that this family oversees. And who are they? Omo yeden family. Bibi ya sha omo ase. Ya hwehwem. Omo si yeso kwan bi so ana. Can we break free? Do we even know them? If we hear about them, how do we even think about them? Do we see them? Have we seen them before? We are here to expose them to you today. Every famous person or powerful person you think is the boss is really not. Because those who have this power, no, you can't even see them with your eyes, but they have representatives. Now, omo ena ya na eye say, omo na omo ye bibia. That is why you hear the downloads. You go back and think. They are just princes of the main order. So who are the bosses? Annie. They are workers. They carry out tasks for the people above them. And at the very top of that chain sits this family. Mention what you think in the comment section. Who feel it's a family ben ye can once me? Eya me bisa me who say what will happen to me? What will they do to me? What happened to Mugabe? What happened to Gaddafi? What happened to Nkrumah? What happened to all those who came and were standing for Africa? What happened to them? Is our brothers our problems? Is the masses our problems? And is it the bishops? Is it the pastors? Is it the presidents? Who is our problems? Eno, ana mi bisa ye nyina ende. So where can you find this family? Me king. Madika akasa say unimo mu bi about them, I write it in the comment section. Honomo. let's get into this. The first place we will look at is the Vatican. First, everyone knows that the Pope is the head of the Roman Church at the Vatican, which is the body that created the dogma to claim ownership of the universe from Jesus through Peter and Paul, the last apostle and the first Pope. Medikai aye this episode is on this platform. Yes, to the nechija Peter. And in the Paul of one almost do eja Pope no. At the moment you believe that Jesus is a persona that walked on earth, then you believe that the Pope is the next Jesus or the representative of Jesus. Or no ye Yesu echi chefo. And until na make say Papa Mahama is doing so well, but I have to de-Christianize him. Ane, because you can't talk about slavery and be a religious person. Debbie. That is contradiction. So far as we accept that Jesus walked on this earth, like the Catholic tells us, we have accepted that Jesus handed the keys to the world to Peter, who he made the fishers of men. This code is in the Bible. Or say, I will make you the fishers of men. And then Paul took over as the first Pope, which is the foundation of the Vatican. And hence, all other religions got formed from that basis following same ancient folklore. Inti se wunya abeji tum se Yesu ye nipa obenante wasasi so pe a na kyerese se folklore no na wode nam na kyerese wuji tum se Pope no ogina ho no. Oye nyankopon prekope. So wehu my episode mu man crofo enhwe. So, let's look at the family that is behind the Pope at the Vatican. We need to know this. Because you would think that the Pope is so powerful. The Pope ye bibia dabi. Omo ye bibi no. You normally don't see them. And I make a no. So be so ye bibi no why saturated everywhere and ye advert. That person doesn't actually have nothing. Those who do things, they do them in secret. That's where power lies. So this is where we get to this point. The three popes. When people think of the Vatican, they think of one pope. Let's get into the downloads. The man in white who appears on television, who waves to crowds, who travels around the world, that pope is real. He is the one. Turkey for mosque. Now why who ono also Catholic Church. Enti ye feel so ono no ye pope, ono no ye powerful. That is just a human being. He is just a human being. Oye nipa. But he is not the most powerful person in the Vatican. He is not even close. Obia ayenenim baby. What is this woman talking about? In the true hierarchy of the Vatican, there are 3 leadership positions of the papacy, forming 3 popes, and each one has a specific role. Which of the popes do you know? Africans heard that there was a black pope. Oh, you were black pope. We saw the people kissing the black pope. They have the writing or the paintings of the black pope. Now, Omar done any racist. This has got nothing to do with racism. But let's see. My sister, you are quite no way nipa no dina TV no so powerful. There are others. The first is the white celebrity pope. This is the pope that everyone knows. The answer obi wu ye na ba ku wu ye na Ghana for so omo kope bi edi no. The one in the news, the one Ghanaians were watching closely when Pope Francis died, hoping and praying that Cardinal Peter Turkson would be selected as the first African Pope. Wow, congratulations to us. That was unbelievable. But I would have been, can you, how? Now, can you even translate the white smoke and the black smoke? Sometimes, yenya yenunu yehu, na yasrese yeni aji. Na wo kan okreso kire wo nua bibini a, wo mom na wo chese wo ye bronsam. But don't worry. I remember that period Very well. The insult I got. People were excited. They said, finally, Africa will have a representative at the top of the Catholic Church. Wow. Now what happened? If I tell you as an African, you cannot be a pope, you people will get angry. But you, let's leave it. Because you don't know what it takes. You don't know. You don't know, just like you went and brought Solomon's stone. So what they to cathedral asesi. Do you know what it takes? The rituals involved. Can you obibini epenuhuasem outside gentility home cry? Obibini si okoye pope eko lead a Vatican. We are not truthful to ourselves. And yeah, sometimes ni edi agro. In all, at the same time, let me congratulate our former president. When ya post our Anglican Church, let's believe say bia ono de obetumi aboa ye na ebia wakodu pope level, because president the ufiwa you go higher. There's a possibility that he can get the pope at Anglican form can. Okay, congratulations. Social media was full of hope, but I was not excited because I knew something. Meaning, Bibi, that conversation about an African pope was not real. Bibi, but they know we don't matter. But you have to be part. It was a publicity exercise. Just but I was telling them the truth. They insulted me, but at the end of the day, not truth is standing on my face. The Vatican was allowing the world, and Africa especially, to feel included. They always make sure we feel included. A game, a setup, a system. And we have discussed this in our editorials. Because we know Becca and also. One Jimmy and but by a beto moara. Anyways, it's a same American or Hasa Obeji Edunji training and also beto. The selection of the white pope is not about who is spiritually qualified or who deserves it. It is about who will best serve the image they want to project at that particular time. Africa was never getting that seat. Is the truth I have said. It's not because they are not spiritual, Debbie. And it's not because they don't have what it takes, so Debbie, but you will not. Adia Mike, Obibaka say, Obroni na oneneti kuromu obroni keke na oneneti won. Look at how clever we are. Last week I told you the generation I film. Rich, educated, any spiritual keepers omo asefo na ye. Inti na me catch all that to say. Every African child, every average African child or black child is automatically intelligent because the spirit runs in them. Intelligence is their blood. Yamboro, yanto, yentuya. When we sit in classroom, we beat them down. At this point, let me take this advantage or opportunity and talk to every African child watching me and every mother. Black eti abrochire. Take advantage of the condition and the situation and make sure the children access their educational system, because that is the only benefit you will get for that child, not child support. Do you know why I'm saying this? Abofra ya wonu wo ho. Ko school wo ho no mo a fees ni ye kakra bi. Do you know we pay 60,000 pounds for your child to do masters in Cambridge or Oxford? Do you know this? But abofra ya wonu wo ho no etia 12,000 or 11,000 pounds. Look at the difference. So grab the opportunity and let's make sure your children get into the school. Help them with the bully they go through because they have the knowledge. This is just by the way I can pick up this topic and one day treat it. Because I try mom friend, we give up on them. We don't know the bully they go through in that school because they are clever than these Trojan babies. This is another episode for another day. Because my friend wa ha na we kura no try so mu ko school. Ye man e wo ho no. Aya na school no e bi no mo ense dan take it serious. Na e bully no na mothers need time. Ti mo me ntwitwa adwuma no so. Ni ni nkom of ni make sure so we take advantage of the system no esua de. Annie, this is just by the way. The white pope is a brand ambassador. Obi baby say, hey, I will explain, don't worry. He is the public face of the Vatican. He is used for ceremonies, for media appearances, and for delivering the official religious message to the world. This is what he represents. That is his job. He has no real power over the deeper operations of the system, but who has them? I will tell you today. He is visible by design. He is there so that the world looks at him and does not look for what is sitting behind him. He's just a billboard. I'm telling you, sir, President Mahama, se bibi en control na, and the effort he is making, you could see some kobe yini ama bebre fi o magana for you free. But on to me, or try. But ask yourself, what is controlling him? Can he tell us? Because looking at his face, you could see he wants to do something. I'm telling you, he really wants to redeem himself. I read frequencies and energy, so I know. He really wants to set a system. He wants to set something straight. But can he? It's just a question. If I get opportunity, I will ask him 3 questions. He is just an effigy. The Pope you see in that white dress with the pumano, he's just a representative. The second position is the Black Pope. This is when Africans here, and they are like, oh, Bibini Pope, say, I draw you lack knowledge, you lack understanding, you lack cause, and this is what I'm here to give you. Si say, obi to walk, ni buofu se me si Pope na yehu no nye powerful. Ni buofu nti tobo. Now, I want to be very clear here. Because this name confuses people. The Black Pope is not a black man. Before, when you hear Black Pope, please calm down. It is not a black man. Do not allow anybody to tell you so, oh, Black Jesus or archives be. It is all deception. They know you have fallen in love with Jesus. So it is not a racial description. It is the name given to the leader of the Jesuit order inside the Vatican. In the order of the Freemasons and the so-called Illuminati, the Jesuit order is in charge of military security and war. You can go and ask North Korea why they have been blacklisted. They said they have everything. Until they don't want to be under anybody, they are blacklisted. It doesn't matter your capability or your ability. The Black Pope, the leader of the Jesuits, is the family that owns and controls the security and intelligence operations of the world. And now beside North Korea for every military alliance, every intelligence agency, every weapons system on earth operate under the supervision that traces back to this position. The Black Pope. Mankasa Samu, every. Enti bombo na omoto wo Iran, di omoto wo America, di omoto wo Israel, ni nyina onipa baako no ye responsible for it. Enti no na chese wa makwan no bi ye toto dia, and ye na den no mo pese omo achieve. You have to ask yourself deeper questions. Don't be shallow. This is 2026. This era is not for shallow-minded people. It is for deep thinkers. And I even say deeper thinkers. So when you hear Black Pope, stop the comedy. Even the FBI, the CIA, Interpol, MI6 is all rumored to be under the leadership of the family that controls the Black Pope. So African, you tell Black Pope, go and sleep. This is huge way. There is this guy who writes funny stuff. This guy is always in trouble. But he wrote something that was making sense to me. And I don't know. Almost friend was Congo ideas, was Bongo ideas. That young guy. He wrote something that says FBI was a wine or mubeche abutreka. And one day thing no more than a beko. But one day, no better they be a young crop for no. In actual fact, I think so as well. But people were insulting him anyways. Na me person bisa question bi o. Abutri kai say na sika yo wie omo so wan wie obibi ni sika na nkrofo we kro no bebere bo mbebo wa nti we wie omo sika kakra munja ne. Hey. It's just my mind. Don't take it serious. Recently in Ghana, a security recruitment exercise was carried out that got over 500,000 young people applying to serve their country. However, the country, by order of the World Bank, cannot take these people. Hey, me a Ghanaian, and I want to be a security for my country. What has the World Bank got to do with this if we own ourselves? Say, yeah, I didn't know no better and say, Nema Mumfeni Eduma, cocoa price, yen ye diaba, we yen ye diaba. Are you sure? Asama mike yehu here. Maybe some. Ye diahu. Omomu to me ba habechi yenko. Yen ye to me call okochi obi ba. Akwana, obedi nkrofo funam wa ha no. Russian no. What's up? Where is he? Yedi yahu ana question na mi bisani. Yeni yedi yahu ne yesi ye kopa adwuma 500,000 people no mo koye. Bank World Bank say omo ntumi nya more than 5,000 people. Na yenso ne 500,000 nti 450,000 people no omo nkoye. And this got so many talking. And I know na me bisa so nti forms no omo ton ye no so no. Omo sikado omo de ma hwan. Me bisa sa asem we do. Ye ko apply visa embassy wo forms na ye to ni sika na ye he na ye ko. Ye need TV station be almost to me educating with all these things. So we know. So what form na ya ma visa na e ko ukuro for until at least what 50 kura unim say san one ma ukuro sika na ye ukuro ye. Ye need all these things. Ye need education about it. Hi. Who ho na person wo ka kire ya. The platform is open. If you call me in your office, Minister of Foreign Affairs, if you call me I'll come. So you can educate us. Enti World Bank of I say him for 5,000. The aka na de kwan. Papa Mahama na make can say he's doing so well, but can he? Me, I wish him well. I can call all the energies for him because hey, obi of food ya pani piano. Matis or say yen for 5,000 more people can. No. How is he going to fund it? I need education. Is he going to be from his pocket or his retirement or ex gratia? And now only World Bank of Onakasa. This is just a question. So you will ask, why can't we decide the number of soldiers, police, immigration, and other security personnel? And it has to be an Obroni who must decide for us. And we can't do anything about it. Yadi yahunye. How? As some people say, this is a big question. No. Common employment. And so no be decided my. Nkofo bebre omo adwuma eguye eduro omo na ese omo de bere yen yare akra omo na omo diagnose ma yen ansa na yehu se ye wo sa yare we. There are some places I go and when I go na say yare bi ba omo sa nkrofo no ho na mehwe na mehu se bibi ba ba me obi am kasa basanti. Every major intelligence and security organization in the world is connected to this Black Pope network through their agencies like the IMF or the World Bank. So when you hear IMF, ekuroni ye dia. Yanti omudinda. Samoka IMF ekuroma foni na omote ase. This Black Pope is responsible for all these things. Enti se wo hwa na sa IMF, and IMF for faye, and I am not say ekuroni ye dia. Ana me boda. No country in the world can set up a military, purchase weapons, or establish a security system without it being processed through the global intelligence and security framework that the Black Pope oversees. Nobody. Annie, you can make your research. Who is he? If we are saying we are saying dia on to me nkyere we. Nti omo to missiles ni nyina no. Omo nyina onim ba bi omo nya wo. Wa ma omo kwan so omo nto. Nti na agenda ye de the mission ye de. You see the control? It does not matter how independent a country think it is. That is why countries like North Korea, which think they can get their own military equipment and weapons without following any orders, are blacklisted. Ye twa mumu shem adentia. O se me de me ho metimi aye bibia, why are you blacklisting me? Why are they blacklisted? Because they do not want to be under anybody. And African leaders, is this threatening you? And I'm to make Pamucho, ye be someone some munkachi, near to me at near to me ye baby. The system they use for security all answer to the same architecture. This also extends to technology. They control the internet, nuclear weapons, drones, missiles, modern communication systems. Any technology developed anywhere in the world, including in Africa, must pass through the global systems controlled at this level before it can function at scale. Why is this so? Adentia. If you innovate something in Africa and it threatens the system, the Black Pope's network decides whether it is permitted to grow or whether it disappears quietly. This is how powerful this Black Pope is. The Black Pope is not a public figure. But a Juma oyeni. Make I say, coronavirus ba yo se bibisa. Papa bi ye drobi. I'm afraid to call FX. Coronavirus, it did so wonderful. Ewi asene ho nsam no me ntumi nka me mpa me ho asem me ani pempa masem dada makopa asem chese bibia ye be. So I'm asking the leaders in Africa, is this the reason why all the herbal medicines no lawu ye de be kwa akuapimo se kuropon akwa mfaso bi e maso e de na hye moto the ant in your pants? Can you call us? Some of us can do anything to remove it for you. This is the job of the Black Pope. Common social media. Nigeria haya mpo. Omu social media eye papa chen ye de. Kame beka asem bi ne mejai. Na ye use Starlink. Na round ni mbo. E ba ni se nie. Hey! Edin brutal. Ejuma omu ye ni. Inti social media no. Ubeka mu behu say ye page no. Be wa manti na fe di ulodu eyi na fe die na baabi wo ekuro bi kura wo ha wo boso kura em play. Ebi wo ha wo boso na e ka French. Mimi tu eburofo kura mente na makoka French. Chese, o de knowledge ni gu wa baabi kura na o mama ye mute. Obi ente nka. Obi ebie wa no. Situation ya ye wo mu nie. Enti kwa me nkroma be piaba. Na omu benya obi atono. So komia ne kon ne kunu to twene me say se wo be kumia. Ma asem na make an matter. I don't care. Into innovations be a baby or emma. The Black Pope is not a public figure, I've told you. You will not see his face or the family in a newspaper. You will not see him wave to a crowd like the oil leader of the sleepy masses. No? He is invisible. Now operate so under the invisible. Or your shadow. When you hear black, I mean J man who be brisa. At least you know say black magic or black witchcraft. Anything ye serious, na ye heavy no more the black atosu. Ntuti Black Pope and doing what doing so nipa tuntum no jina wono ye pope. Learn, read. This is the reason. Because ono no wo tumi ni nyina baby a bloody stuff e woni nyina. Ono no ye in charge. Inti da ben ye be ye bibi wo kromu a ye beje atomu da. Kame beka papa bi. No wo kromu ha no ma omo se oye yi oye ka no oye registration ntisa wakoto fi abrochira ba wo register o. E different. Let me leave this. Ye ntumi mpo nka no kro wo ye krom. Na wo ka no kra na gwa wo krom ni e oye gun. E condemn you. Da ben his job is to operate without attention and to keep the security and intelligence framework of the entire world running in one direction. That is the job of the Black Pope, the representative of Jesuit. Now, let's look at another position, the third position. I've given you the White Pope and I have given you the Black Pope. The family is what I'm talking about. The family who owns the world and controls the world. So, the world, war na is controlled by one person. Nti bisa wo ho say ono no control na say ye win no mo pair and also say nye win no mo pa. Why are they allowing all of these people to bomb themselves whilst it is one person, the Black Pope, who is in charge of all the weapons. This is our question. Now, the third position is the Grey Pope. Send up white Pope no waving a unima, and therefore we so can win. The Grey Pope is the emperor of all countries and everything in this world. You say that the emperor of all countries, including Africa, and everything we are seeing. He is above both the white Pope and the Black Pope. We are seeing there. That is the other, the one you cannot see. He supervises them both. What the white Pope does in religion and what the Black Pope does in military and intelligence, all of it is ultimately under the authority of the Grey Pope. That's how powerful the Grey Pope is. You don't see him. The Grey Pope is not a public figure. This position is not discussed in Catholic teachings or in mainstream media. Oh my God. It is reserved for one specific family. The family I described at the beginning. The family that has held this authority for generations. And what is that family? The white Pope you see on television answers to the Grey Pope. The Black Pope, who runs the world's intelligence and military systems, answers to the Grey Pope. Have you heard about him before? What have you heard about the Black Pope? Write it in the comment section. What do you know about the Grey Pope? You can equally write that also in the comment section because we are doing this together. And the question is, who placed them there? Who gave them this right and this power? Who gave them that authority over the world? Is it God or the devil? Maybe someone. Or themselves. Who gave them that right and that power? The Grey Pope signs for what happens in this world. Which country goes to war? Country, man. Which religion is pushed in which region? They decide. Which leader rises and which one falls? These decisions are made at that level. When the kai say maybe a question be when we were about doing the election, say, ye selecting nipa. And I had ye kokromotinu kosisu keke. Time be a election, baby, ye young crofom or ye demonstration, one ye organize. Muka say maybe some crofo, maybe some asemueda. Ye election no. Now America for ye did any namomu so mo kwa ha ne de no mo hwehwe. Muka say me bisa question we nyina. Acho mukai. Hey, mobo. So when you see a war start somewhere and you wonder why it started and the explanation in the news do not fully make sense, it is because the real decision was made at a level that no journalist is permitted to access. Say Roman Pope no, no kasa direct me nyame mbema nkom sha wo bibini a wote e kwanche ye kura bi ase. Wo se nyame ben ene ne wo kasa ya mebisa. Which of this? The land you are buying at East Legon and you think everyone must die. You are just a joke. The Grey Pope owns the entire world and there is nothing you can do about it. You are just a squatter. You cannot do anything about it and your journalists, they forget them cry. They don't talk about these things. It is not in their domain. If you don't believe me, ask yourself who brought the borders. Now borders we are neighbors. We need bridges so we can visit and protect our own. Why the borders? Why the borders? Mibisamu. If you don't believe this, assassin no machichemu, no adenti no machichemu. You be there. Obi insa woso. Adenti na African leaders into me nyane omope. No mun close all borders ni enkasa ye 54 ni yade ye ho. Ye so chan omu. What is happening? Go and ask North Korea. Now let's look at the hidden popes and the war. Let me connect this directly to the war we have been discussing across our previous episodes. So ubeti we say when you kura be wu say we predict and now prophesy about war when you be wu poto. Someone may think I am deviating from analyzing the hidden secret societies, manipulating the world with the example of this war. But let me explain. Maame, let's do the connection because we want to bring it down to the level that every person watching me will understand. The Vatican controlled 3 systems simultaneously through the 3 popes. And each one is active in this current conflict. If it is about weapons, guns, military intelligence, and the movement of armies, that is the Black Pope's department. And yes, oyema Iran for na Israel for nko be bi ono no ye in charge. Nti so mo pe peace a ade no mo stop it. Na se nye peace no mo pe so ade nti no mo pe war for them. The war involving Iran, the supply of missiles, the nuclear agreement, the drone programs, none of these happens without authorization that passes through the Black Pope's network. Americans' military is the visible arm. The Black Pope's structure is the invisible framework directing it. These popes work together. If not, anka den ntokoye ekosu na white pope a ojina ho manyankopon nka on kasa no ntu obi afu nipa ewu nyina the pope is shut. Why? So no na yo no nkrofo kasa. E solve conflict. Otumi ko mosque meboa. Otumi ko asore so. Nti ade no nka nkyero mso munjai. So no ye powerful. Ade no nka nkyero mso munjai. Onka hwe waye din. Waye shut me. The point is that at the level of control, these families control both sides of the war. They control what both sides of the war must do, and they play it for us to experience it. And I will see you war. I need you, that pastor, to come and talk to me. I need to question you if you can answer. If they cannot answer your questions, they said, don't go, your brunsam. You lie bad. When I'm here, brunsam, they are misleading people. So come and answer questions. I'm a home to Mampa. That is the physical matrix God, playing like a movie where the writer controls who becomes a villain and a hero. What are you saying? Tell me. What exactly are you saying? Whatever happens in the movie, he writes the script. So what is African prophet prophesying about this? What's the Pope? The Pope is shut. Who are no better now? Who are no better now? Kamechi say you just sleep, wake up, and I had to say kronumono obia relevance with social media no so into anything controversial. No people are saying jokes just to be relevant because in crofone wo kronum pe controversy. Ti bibiana mo to be say Papa Mahama chinipa o media no so. These 3 popes are just making sure their job is done. That is why the white pope cannot say shishi. He's not the powerful one. He can't say nothing about the war. What has he said? Has he said anything? Why yes shut. Who you pope na ulidi nyankopon. Nkrofo yiku. Ade na woni hweka. Ono oni sa 2 minutes. Secondly, if it is about banking, finance, politics, and the leadership of nations, that is the Grey Pope's department. He's the boss there. The loans that poor nations take from international institutions. The Grey Pope. Ono no mo kurobi adeka, America for adeka. Self ewu. Nti wo se nyankopon be no wo feel so wo control asase so. Untra se na wonwen. Na hu ni abeyo ho. Na ye be blacklist to say North Korea kra ya blacklist. Ujina horse so we so. Wenti no bi adeka country bi adeka, including America. The conditions attached to those loans, the selection of leaders who will cooperate with the agenda and the removal of leaders who will not. Enti wo hwe we ya na say African abana ye to no kora no ene baabi ya ba ye to no kora no. Ye kokromoti na ye kan de. Ye nwe hu ne ye hwe. Me nka you, I'm just asking. These are people who intina omu bedu omu ntumi nya hwe. Bibi real mo. Intina maybe sasa ye to aba ya na ye win no. And obi no operate because when you look at Trump before he came or say he's against all wars on pe okun. They say what's going on? And then ekwe. Ono no okuyo. All of that is managed at the Grey Pope level through its many global agencies filled with its family members. And when you look at which government in the world are supporting this war and which ones are receiving pressure for not supporting any side, the Grey Pope's financial and political department is the one applying that pressure for both sides. What the car near nyonyam? So what the car near nyonyam? If you do not obey his orders, African leaders, is there anything you want to tell us in our language? Is there anything? If it is about Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, if it is about what billions of people believe, how they worship, and what they consider a divine obligation and religiosity, that is the White Pope's department. You know, wavy, no. I want to mean kashi, a queen, and non as a yapam osuro frisro. Is the one we see waving. I don't understand why a Muslim is fighting a Christian. Jai. Me exhibit sa gullibility no. You people are one people with one father. So no need fighting. There is nobody like a God anywhere. Allah nikwe. This is it. Okay, if Allah were on save Iran, at least on proving no. If Jesus is there, he should prove himself. Me my kron Jerusalem. I want a bomb busu kwen. Jesus adani mumu. All the three of the major Abrahamic religions are managed through the Vatican's religious system. Your White Pope. They are all same. Stop fighting. No need. Okay? They control the message and the opposition at the same time to who is the devil and who is God. You see how lost you are? When your pastor tells you that one nation is the apple of God's eye and you must stand with them, that message has a source. So listen, why? Africans. It did not come from the spiritual revelations as they are saying. To make this empty noise. Because of which God? It came from a doctrine that has been carefully distributed through religious institutions that are connected directly or indirectly to the Vatican's religious administration. They are workers. We have some of these bishops that are workers. I am talking about the family. I said two things. I said there are spirits and there are families, and I am giving you the families first. Then I will come and give you the spirits. Then I will tell you why some will be called archangels and archbishops. Then you will sleep in your bed with your Bible and call me names. Give yourself 10 years, 5 years. This is what I mean when I say the Catholic Church is the most powerful operating system in the world today. There's no two ways. There's no doubt about this. There is nowhere. And there is nothing beyond them. Not because the religion holds power on its own, Debbie, but because the family at the top of that institution uses it as the framework through which everything else is organized and directed. They are the owners of the world. They control the world and everything in it, including you and I. The Vatican had an old base they called Old York, which is in London. Go and find out why they call it York in the first place. And that one is the Old York. I'm telling you something. This is not in any book. Forget. I've told you this is downloads. They call it Old York, which is in London. Why Old York? Why York in the first place? Let me take my time and explain this. Then they created a new world of industrialization, which launched a new base called New York in America. Old York in London and New York in America. Old Testament and New Testament. Is there going to be another York? What's the meaning of York in the first place? What does it represent? After this war, would there be a reset with a new base? And where would the location be? Bibisamo. Don't forget it is Trump that took the capital town of Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Ono no come make Jerusalem capital. Not capital no Tel Aviv. Am I real few? And no dinu kukukuku so akotro new Bible. Is there going to be a New York? Where would that place be? Is that place going to be a Jerusalem? A question. Think about this. Find out about the York first, and then you can look at the base in Jerusalem. If you think so, share your comment in the box below and share this amazing video so many people can be awakened to the real enlightenment of the world. This is what is called awakening. This is enlightenment. A power knowledge that breaks all codes for you to know what is going on. This is it. Old York in London, New York, Old Testament, New Testament, there's a new Bible, and you take a Tel Aviv, a capital from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. The one all the bombings is going on. Oh, la la. Think deep. If I break this one down, they will come and... Now, let's look at a direct word to Africa and to Ghana. Listen to me. This is where the downloads comes in. Abusia, as we get connected to religious dogma being controlled from the West, that becomes our part in the world of oppression. Yenim sadia yedi echire ya de fun sebe. Faso obi enche de ni so. Na sekra de ma ya ma na ye tantantan. Me say, nkwala mienu ye omu ye enye me mma. Na nso me nsunu mu ti. Sebe kafrache. Wo hwe omu maame situation ne condition. Na sese enyame wei. Etumi fa amofra mienu prepare baby mom no omu ja oja omu maame senya. This God or ye fun ankasa. Ye de aupe bi ya amaka. Or ye fun. Mo de mamu nti asam na amaka kire mu fiasa na mo mboa papa no nhwe no. Na mo fa mo ani hwe na ne yiri ni wunja na papa no so nto nwuram. Na mo wi amako gina asam mo bo mpa ya ma ne nipa wu amunyane no. Obi yare am pa yare sama no. Asam kase senya si. Osofu pani eron kra se yesi otese ne mawu no. Ode ne kon be wo fo mu ye. Na Jesus kura hu Lazarus susu hu de ni so osuye. So what are you telling me? I don't have time for that, but the pain in my heart. Me ye bronsa mo na mo ya bayifo. Dracoles. American has the weapons and the military. London has the royalty. The Middle East will always provide the platform for war to be created. And we Africans will fuel the energy for religion to thrive and exist forever. What a joke. Yenishi. Yenishio. Yadi yano fanfa beka wa ye. Some went there. You will have nothing to do than follow. Laborers. Boy. And yedi. The world has left religion for us to grow. And for the Vatican to control the world with it. This is what Africa is best at. Promoting every wagon. Prophesying about what? And where do you even stand to prophesy about the Ebony? Shut up. Which God? Which God revealed this to you? Everything I said, make catchers say, ehefana hu nyame gina. Nyankopon ankasa wo control bi wa asase. No no kro ba akrase yekunu. Make hu na kunu. I say me de boni bi am de measurement mi am de me hu adikan. Jesus ba yankunu at 32 premature death shim. E de ntumi no so wo na asase so. Anka wantena ha, o so yakọ ba bi aba. Waba 2000 years. Osuro time. Through religion, they are using churches and pastors to grow the worship of gods and make humans feel less than they are. When they have performed than you can plain language so you are sheep who you join. And this is the white pope's agenda working. Through their government, They are initiating our leaders into lodges to attend meetings connected to Freemasonry networks linked to the Grey Pope's family. Because we believe when we are with these people, yen powerful. Minima di obi binistro de bi opebibi di abono ho ban. E de na usuro. Why na abono ho ban when we achebo asase so? Yesu ba yo wi, Muhammad ba yo wi, Krishna ba yo wi, wo so we ye hwana. Ah, nti de yen. E de na wohwehwe de abo ho ban. E de na wo so wohwehwe. Most of them do not know the full picture. Follow ya. They are in the outer circle. Instead of me say boba na mo kofa ba ye no, when I advise him. Christians have zero knowledge. They don't even know the way to the rituals of the cult they have joined. Maka. They are told enough to follow directions, but not enough to understand the consequences of those directions. This is Christianity. This is religion. This is politics. Ya can't tell the Albert Yassi no wa joining. Na die die chire wuni hunim die. Bible kan o say ye keka ye nim chire nyame sompa. So ye ni hunim die. Ye ni hu abodin. This is the Grey Pope's department working inside our politics. Bibia na mo hia na mo chia abrofo na mo sresre. Na mo ka brofo, na mo ahye mu coat, na mo hwe manim round, na mo sre. So clearly, we are also fighting our own war. Playing the same script being written for us in a world controlled by people who have hidden and are controlling from all angles. Any ye di omwechi na ye yanko senya ye nim ye yeko. So abusuya no kran ba ye di mfoforo de ache abusuya na name. Wa wutitwi pa no abusuya di mfoforo wo asen ne mame. Amabre ne abusuya no. Today I have given you a typical understanding of the knowledge I always held. I na wo mekuma mniamani bi wa mempesa meka. But and then na esa meka chiro because the way ye gu ye nimase wo yimu ene hwan ye shins ne de keke ka ho na ahomte dodo. Asema mekei, make your research. It's the downloads that you cannot research because it's not in anybody's book, but you can think. The knowledge is in your blood. So get into your skin or under your skin and think deep about everything I just told you. Where nimdi atena makume mu ache because o kan wan kan ye kura platform no kura ebibe, which makes me feel sad and hopeless anytime I think of redemption for mankind. Ada medwin nipa fa ho de titiri ne abibifo bia na mewra ho. Because the chains are like an endless web. Uncovering one only makes the other scarier. Because we yet say wo pa we hu ntoma ape a na de obakwa akoto no na afi enu ama wapin wachi na so bibie ani ate asefo asase so eni eduru ana bibie ni wiase eni na chiwade abusua. Is there hope for Africans? Is there hope? Ibisam. Do you think there is an end to current structure of world control from the hidden corners of the hidden families and their branches? A question. It's a big question. Try and help me understand. They control the opposition that you see and feel an essence of hope. So what do we do? Nipakuro ya no oye brunsam, nipakuro ya so no oye papa. They say ye den. Ehine yewo. They control the opposition that you see and feel an essence of hope. Share your thoughts in the comment section. And next week, we will look at a different dimension of control. Because we can't catch us say Yebeka families and there are spirits too. What is the spirit? With everything I have said, if you do not believe this, ask yourself these questions. If anybody can do what he or she wants and nobody controlling the world, why is African like this? Say yenya ebetumi aye bibia ma ye ho aye wo bibia o. Nti nka den Africa to say, why can't they all join force or join hands with Traore? No mon di omo ho. And now person just African leaders omo person omo bedi omo ho. Ibisamo. They have visions. They have the strength. But at the end force, they break your back. At the end when person would dream who go deep. That's and then you another dimension of control. Now one kasa wadwin no wahwe. Adwen e befa wo ye ho. Ebia e beka de anka ye betumi aye. This is spirituality. This is enlightenment. Aha na me do besi. Shalom. Peace.